up?
Alright, so today we're going to be doing the first oil change on my 2023 KX250. It's got about 2 hours on the hour meter, pretty much one ride for me. I haven't even burned through a whole tank of gas, but I'm going to go ahead and change the oil anyway, because you can't change your oil too much. First thing I normally do is remove the oil filler cap. I like to do this first because it's going to be done anyway to help the oil drain, but it's also a good reminder there's no oil on the bike when you're finishing up the final steps. Once I get the filler cap out, I normally inspect it, make sure it's still good to go. Also, there's like a rubber O-ring on the end of it, and as you can see there, mine didn't come off with the filler cap, it's actually still on the motor. Per the manual, you're supposed to replace that, but the bike's brand new, and this is the first time I've ever taken it off, and it looks good to me, so we're gonna send it. With the oil filler cap off and the makeshift drain pan ready, we're going to get under the bike with a 12mm, and being very careful, I'm going to break loose the oil drain plug and get it out of the way so the oil can drain. There's also a washer on the oil drain plug, but be careful when you're pulling that out or you're going to have to be like me and dig it out of your oil bucket. Once the oil that's draining starts to slow down a little bit, I like to lean it over to the opposite side it's leaning on the stand and try to promote some more oil to come out of there. I went ahead and put back the drain plug with the washer. Now I'm taking off the cover to expose the oil filter. Should be two 8mm bolts, and then you kind of have to twist and finagle the cover off there. This part takes for absolute ever, so don't be fooled by the cinematics, but I usually use a screwdriver, put it in the middle of the oil filter, be very careful and just kind of wiggle it out as best I can. Once the filter's out, I lean the bike over, let the rest of the oil drain out, and then with a clean rag or paper towel, I normally just wipe up all the residual oil and all the oil around the engine and everything that leaked onto the frame and stuff. Alright, now we grabbed our new oil filter. We're just dipping our finger in the new oil. We're going to run it around the black O-ring that's on the end of the oil filter that goes towards the engine. We can go ahead and put the oil filter back in with the rubber O-ring facing the engine. Push it in until you feel it pop into place, and then go ahead and secure it with your cover. And from there, you're just going to use a funnel, or if you're dangerous, you're not going to use a funnel. Go ahead and fill your bike back up with oil. On the 23 Cowie, I believe it's 0.85 US quarts with the oil filter, and without the oil filter, I think it's 0.75 US quarts, but you definitely shouldn't take my word for it. You should look it up. After you got oil in the bike, put the filler cap back on with the O-ring, start her up, let her idle for a few minutes, and then using the sight glass, you can kind of see once the oil settles, if you need to add some or take some out. But that's going to do it for me. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. Stay tuned for this weekend's vlog. We're going riding, boys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.